Before you get comfortable, don't. Because tonight's stories didn't start scary. They started normal. And that's the worst part. 3 true encounters. Something was watching. My daughter was about 8 or 9 when this happened. We'll call her Dee. My mom loved taking her to this local amusement park that had everything. Rides, rock climbing walls, even a little water park. On this particular day, Dee was climbing every wall like a pro. She'd hit the bell on her first try, climb back down, then move on to a harder wall. That's when my mom noticed them. A couple, somewhere in their late 30s or early 40s, standing off to the side, whispering, staring directly at Dee. My mom immediately decided they were leaving that area, so she brought Dee to a different section of the park. 5 minutes later, there they were again, closer this time, still staring, still whispering. My mom didn't like that one bit. She moved Dee again, and again the couple appeared, each time creeping a little closer. At that point, my mom's paranoia turned into pure instinct. They needed to leave. That's when the couple approached. They didn't speak to my mom. They tried to speak to Dee. My mom snapped. She yanked Dee behind her and unleashed every protective instinct a grandmother could possibly have. "What business do you have talking to an 8-year-old, you weird-ass perverts? You think I didn't see you following us, staring, whispering? I'm calling the police." The couple didn't defend themselves, didn't apologize. They bolted. Full sprint, no explanation, no hesitation. To this day, I thank my mom. I don't know what those people wanted with my daughter. I don't want to know. And for the couple with the creepy intentions, I hope my mom never sees you again, because I genuinely don't know what she'd do the second time. I don't know if this is the right place for this, but I need to know I'm not losing my mind. I'm 27, married with 2 kids, Isaac, 8, from my first marriage, and Tiana, 5, with my husband. This started in May 2022, and it hasn't left me since. Isaac and I were at the local park. He was playing with some kids on the monkey bars when a woman approached me. Red hair, tear-streaked face, like she'd been crying for hours. I asked if she was okay. She didn't answer. She just stared at my son. Then, without warning, she sprinted toward him, screaming, "Michael!" My son froze. The other kids recoiled. I ran to him and blocked her just before she reached him. "Get away!" I yelled. She stood there, shaking, enraged, muttering something I couldn't hear, then stormed off. Another parent told me she was probably a grieving mother. Maybe Isaac looked like a child she'd lost. Maybe, but something felt wrong. A month later, June 2nd, I got a call from the school. A new volunteer at lunch duty had been talking about her Mikey bear and telling people she had finally found him again. They told me the volunteer reported her to the principal. I signed my kids out immediately. The next day, she was gone. No explanation. Then on July 13th, Tiana's 5th birthday, we threw a little party at a park in my in-laws' town. Around 9 p.m. while cleaning up, I looked toward the line of oak trees, and I swear she was standing there, watching us. I screamed and ran after her, but she vanished deeper into the trees. We filed police reports, but since she never touched Isaac, they said there wasn't much they could do. When I went to the school to ask about this volunteer, they claimed they had no records of her at all. No name, no sign-in sheet, nothing. She appeared, she vanished, and somehow she always knew where my children would be. I haven't seen her since, but I can't shake the feeling this isn't over. To anyone reading this, please watch your children. You never know what kind of desperate, unstable person is out there, or how far they'll go to replace someone they've lost. I used to work security for a local company, and one of my posts was a water park. My first night there, an experienced guard was supposed to train me, show me the codes, the routes, the buildings. He was acting strange right from the start. He'd rush into the property, then leave almost immediately. Always anxious, always looking over his shoulder. When I asked if he'd seen anything unusual, he admitted people sometimes tried sneaking into the park, but he wouldn't elaborate. He didn't want to scare me off, he said. I should have taken that seriously. The next day, before our second shift, my boss called. My partner had quit, just like that. I was now responsible for a two-man post, alone. Weeks passed without incident. I got comfortable, until one night at around 2 a.m. I was outside the property when I heard a door slam inside, loud, echoing. Then another, doors opening and closing, like someone was walking through the building and checking every room. I walked inside and started my round, heart pounding. When I reached a corridor with a staircase leading down, I saw a door wide open at the bottom. I went down just far enough to shut and lock it. I was too scared to check the room. When I turned around, a man dressed in all black was standing at the top of the stairs, silently, watching me. I was trapped. One way up, one locked door behind me. I asked if he needed help. He didn't answer. I asked how he got in. Nothing. Then he slowly turned his head and snapped his fingers. Another man crawled out from the side of the staircase on all fours, like an animal, and moved to the first man's side. I kicked the door behind me open, ran inside the room, and locked myself in a bathroom. I called my boss, shaking uncontrollably. They sent an armed guard. When the place was declared clear, I came out and told them everything. They didn't believe me until the next morning. My boss called after reviewing the cameras. Every hour, every single time I did my rounds, those two men were following me through the facility, staying just out of sight, stalking me. A real-life cat-and-mouse game. I immediately requested a transfer. I finally understood why my trainer never stayed a second longer than necessary. He knew something was terribly wrong inside that water park, and he got out before they decided to stop playing. Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed these stories. If one of them gave you chills, hit like and subscribe for more, but don't forget to double-check the locks first.